Hello, from the Push here, back from another video. Today we are going over my my Ben 10 action figure collection. Without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so let's go largest to smallest. So I'm going to start with the medium size first. With this is the largest technically. And we have the hybrid from the Hyper Aliens. Then we have Vilgax from the Hyper Aliens. Vilgax and the hybrid. For the hero side of this thing, oh, I probably should lift this up too, so y'all can see it better. But we have Gravitack from the heroes. For the heroes of the Hyper Aliens. From Ben 10. Let's move on to the next thing. The basic action figures. We'll start with the recolors, then we'll end off with the original series. Alright, starting off with the recolors, we have is 2 Ultimates, 1 Classic, and 1 Ultimate Alien from, one of the Andromeda Aliens. But we have Haywire, Ultimate Humongousaur. I sadly have his variants and not the original. Or Ultimate Albedos, or Albedos. Ultimate Humongousaur, because that one's really expensive and it was like, like regional exclusive. Then we have Ultimate Swampfire. This is a mix of Ultimate Spider Monkey, I'm pretty sure, and his is like Amphibian. Oh wait, no, I have one more Ultimate Echo alongside that. I forgot about this one. Okay, we have Ultimate Echo. He's a combination between Energy and Ultimate Echo, obviously. Next up here for the last Haywire, we have is Terraspin from Ben 10. This is like the Andromeda Aliens. So this one's more turtle based. It's like more, turtle based and stuff. This one can have air going out of its holes. I don't know how to describe it other than that. Turtle shell. Really cool actually. Instead of like being it's like a land turtle, but it has like sea turtle vibes too. Really cool. Alright, now to start off with Omniverse. Need to find him. Sorry. There he is. Okay, so starting off with Omniverse, we have as Feedback. He's my only Omniverse one besides Professor Patalidae, which is like right here. So these guys are gonna be a little bit iffy to stand because they're made of like a different type of plastic, and also they are older, so they don't have the best quality anymore. But yeah, here's Feedback and Professor Patalidae. I'll set Patalidae right here. In the back or around the hybrid. Yeah, that'll work. And put Feedback right here. Next to Patalidae. There we go. Now let's move on to Ultimate Alien. Alright, now for Ultimate Alien, I do have quite a bit. I do have the bins too, but I'll show Ben last along with, yeah, I'll show Ben last because, he's the main character. We have is 2 Ultimates, I think. Yeah, 2 Ultimates. We have Ultimate Wild Mutt and Ultimate Swampfire for the Ultimates. I think that's all of them. No, we have Ultimate Spider Monkey as well. Here's Ultimate Spider Monkey. Really nice old set of Ultimates I have. I bought more of these were bought recently. This one I had as a child, Ultimate Wild Mutt. So I bought that during its airing period. Or my family did, but they bought it during, that airing period. I don't know where they got it. I think they got it from eBay. From, a regional seller. I have no idea. And I technically forgot a recolor. But, here is the 10-10-10 exclusive Ultimate Humongousaur. Totally forgot I had this until right now. Because, I have my, Ben 10 figures piled up at the moment. I'll put him in the back along with the others, so hopefully that doesn't interfere with anything. Alright, last up for Ultimate Alien, we have is NRG. He is basically a nuclear alien, if you think about it, because he has a nuclear radiation guy inside the suit, alien inside the suit. This is just a suit to keep the toxins away and stuff like that. So there is NRG. Then for Alien Swarm, I think I'll have one at the moment. Yeah, I don't have one. This is Alien Swarm Nanomech. He is a really detailed figure for the time. He's made from Bandai too. Really nice figure. I think some paint got on here because like I used to paint on my Ben 10 stuff when I was younger. Don't know why, but I did. Regret it? Do I regret it? Yes. But hey, I mean, their figures aren't too expensive, but some of them are regional and really rare now. But one of them I cannot find anywhere. The Jet Ray, but the car for the alien chambers, I cannot find that anywhere. So hopefully I'll be able to find one soon so I can purchase it and, have one of my childhood things back. But I don't know if that's possible because it's super rare. Alright, next up here we have this Alien Force. Well, one more technically Ultimate Alien, because it came out in Ultimate Alien. But we have the Nanomech from Ben 10, Ultimate Alien. He was released during the Ultimate Alien wave. Basically the same thing as that Nanomech, just less detailed and more cartoonified. Just, fit in with the series. Yeah, mine does have some rust inside it. Don't know why. I don't remember how it got in there, but that's rust. Okay, now to Alien Force. Let's start off with the probably worst condition one I have here. Brainstorm, missing his brain. And he has some chew marks, but I'm not going to go over that because, it's kind of disgusting. But yeah, we have Brainstorm. Next off here we have is probably Ben's favorite alien. We have his Humongosaur, along with Feedback. Ben's favorite aliens, Humongosaur and Feedback. He is the brute of the Alien Force. I am missing his tail because I lost it when I was younger. Yeah, really nice figure. I really hope we get more Ben 10 products if the YouTube sells well. But yeah, Humongosaur. Then we have... Sorry, I'm choosing between these that are oversized first. Then, we're going to move on to the, more smaller stuff. We have this Big Chill. Really nice design. They do have an Omniverse variant, but he's, super duper rare. He's, $700, $800 or more. But I feel like this is the not ultimate, but, this is, this battle version or something like that, because his wings are transparent. Mine are dirty, because, I had this when I was really young. And his wings are loose, because it cracked. Because, if you don't know about translucent plastic, it happens with Lego too, but translucent plastic is very flimsy, 99% of the time. It might be better nowadays, but I'm unsure about that. Okay, now I'm going to get some batches of figures, just so it's easier on me, so I don't have to keep looking back. Alright, so next off here we have his Raph. This is his, battle version, I guess you could say, from one of the Ben 10 comic and figure bundles from Ultimate Alien. I forgot to include that with Ultimate Alien, but hey, it's an Alien Force alien, so it doesn't matter that much. Then let's start off with the biggest compared to these three. We have his Alien X. He is, a celestial sapien from Ben 10 Alien Force. He's one of Ben's aliens that was unlocked when he was 16 and more mature. So the Alien X back here. Then we have Swamp Fire. Really nice looking figure. Really nice. Nice, plant detailing and everything. Then I think the last one one of the last ones for the UAF era, Chromastone. Really nice. He's supposed to be a god in the show, but I think they retconned that, but I'm not entirely sure. Because there's only one types of these aliens, and it's from the Crystal Sapiens, Petro Sapiens or Crystal Sapiens for, the Diamondheads and, the Chromastones. This guy's the only one, so I don't know how Azimuth got him, but he did somehow. But yeah, we have Chromastone. Then to end it off with the more boring figures, we technically have like 3 human figures. One's technically a Galvan, mutated into a human. But yeah, we'll start off with him first. We have Galvan himself, Albedo. I bought this from the UK. Really good condition figure. I used to have this when I was younger, but I don't know what happened to him. Really, really nice figure. I do wish the Omnitrix, instead of green, it was red, but we got a green one because this is technically a recolor of Ben, but they probably didn't know at the time that this wasn't Ben. So yeah, this was probably like, I'm glad we changed this with the Ultimate Alien redesign, but like that's really, 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 really rare. So you could just make a basic red repaint on this and it should be fine, but this figure is quite rare too as well. It's like $30, $50. Depending on who you buy it from, maybe 20 at the lowest. But still from the UK, exclusive. Then we have an Ultimized bin from Ultimate Alien. And then we have the basic bin from Ultimate Alien. Yeah, these are my only bins at the moment. So yeah, they can't move their legs or anything like that. They're just stagnant poses. Because like these came from the car versions. Or something like that. Car versions. And one came from the basic action figure pack. Alright, now I think we're entering Classic. So let's start off with the recolors of that. Then we'll move on to the Aliens. Stinkfly. This is a Haywire combination with 4 arms. This is the battle version, surprisingly. Just recolored in red and blacks. It looks really nice, but mine has a cracked wing now, or a broken wing. I can't tell, but I need to glue that in so it doesn't break or anything. But yeah, really nice figure. Does look really, really nice, and is really well detailed for the time. Stinkfly right here, because these figures are going to be a lot larger. Alright, now let's start off the larger ones. Getting 3 of them. Oh, wait, let's start off with the Galvanic Mechamorph. We have his upgrades. 2 upgrades. We have is his basic form, no transparency. Then we have the transparent one for the battle form. Really, really cool alien. I do like this one in the show. It's my second favorite, along with probably Feedback or XLR8. One of those 2 are my favorites from Ben 10 in general. Really nice figures, honestly. Let's move on to the next ones. Wait, no, actually, I'm going to put him over here. If he'll stand up. This one has a loose leg, so I might have to angle it. Yeah. Then we have Upgrade right here. I need to move his arm up a little bit more. There we go. Upgrade. Alright, I'll do an overview at the end, so it's not like, leaving you all in the dust, basically, because this is a pretty big collection at the moment. Well, it's a decent size. Oh, crap, I forgot one. I forgot Spider Monkey Original. I don't know how I forgot about that. But yeah, sorry for the impromptu placing. I didn't realize I forgot about him. He's a newer addition to my collection too. But yeah, we do have Spider Monkey Original. Another post thing in here for our Alien Force UAF. We have the battle version Spider Monkey. I forgot about this one too. Luckily, we're not too much into the classic series, so we're good to put this in. Right there. Alright, next off here we have is the... Before we get into that, I forgot 2 more. 2 more UAF eras. I keep forgetting about these for some reason. They blend in a little bit. What we have is Diamondhead. This is a Petro Sapien, Chroma Stone hybrid. Then we have the Hybrid from Ben 10 Alien Force. This one's from Alien Force as well, the Diamondhead. Got this in like moderately okay condition. Moderately okay condition, and then I have the Hybrid. Pretty good condition. I had to clean him off because he did smell like cigarette smoke. Or something similar, one of those 2. But yeah, now I think with a little bit more confidence, I can say we can enter original series now. Alright, to start off the original series, we have as my favorite, XLR8. This is one of his two counterparts. Here's his second counterpart with transparent legs. Nothing much. It's just like a, the legs are changed to be more, flat, and he has like a speeding accessory. This one has a mask, but like this one doesn't have his mask on at the moment because I have like two of these guys. Well, I have two of these guys, but one has a mask, one doesn't. I'm just going to show this one now because you probably all know what the mask looks like if you watch Ben 10. And that's probably why you're watching this video. Probably. But I will show the mask at the end with the bag variants. And we have a really good condition XLR8 from Classic. This thing is in really good condition. Just a few minor paint chips, but it's a really good condition for being like, over 10 years old. Really nice condition. Alright, next here we have is... Okay, I'm just going to do Vilgax last because, like, I forgot one of his freaking Ultimate Alien forms. His UAF era form, but we have... I forgot one of these again. Here's his UAF era. Vilgax. This is the only type of figure for this era. There was none for Omniverse, so this was technically the last Vilgax figure, along with the Hyper Alien back there. Back there was the last one. Yeah, for Vilgax here, pretty simple. He's just in one basic standard pose. He cannot move him or anything besides his hands, and his arms can go a little bit back and forth, but that's about it. His weight, I think he has waist articulation. Yeah, he has waist articulation, but depending on how old the figures are, if you hear a snap, I suggest not moving it. These are just as like frail as Funko figures to a degree, but a little bit more sturdy, I'd say, because they do hold up a little bit better. Alright, next up here we have his more classic. I'll get with the big figures first. We have his Wild Mutt. I'm running out of room to show these, like, pretty well, so like I'll just start putting these to the side. Wild Mutt. Tetrax. One of Ben's allies from the Classic series through, I guess, Omniverse. I really don't. I think like he appeared in Omniverse, but it's like a Ben 23 counterpart. We don't know about the original series. Not original series, but, the Prime timeline. I don't know if he appeared in that or not. I really don't remember if he appeared in Omniverse like that or not. Alright, next up here we have is, if I can get him. His legs are quite flimsy. We have his forearms and Diamondhead, the dynamic duo of strength for the Classic series. Pretty durable aliens in the Classic series. We have his Diamondhead and then forearms. This one's the battle form of forearms and battle version of Diamondhead over there. Because, they have different poses and, or different, like, they don't have basic articulation as the originals do. Or just during the battle formats. Okay, next two here we have is... Well, free. We're going to move into a little bit of the scarier aliens. We have his Blitzwolfer or Benwolf. Ghost Freak or the Scare when he was back in Ben's Omnitrix. The Scare, then we have technically a scarier, somewhat of a scarier alien. It's like a fish from the Black Lagoon type of alien, but we have is Ripjaws, really cool action figure. Sorry, this will not focus for some reason, but Ripjaws, really nice figure. Then we have is Snarrow. I do not have Ben Victor or, Frankenstrike yet, but I do have the main three besides, Ben Victor or Frankenstrike, whatever you want to call them. Then we have basically the ringmaster, not ringmaster, but the guy who calls the shots most of the time for a horror-based series. We have is the Scare, or Ghost Freak, or evil Ghost Freak, whatever you want to call him. Really nice and creepy action figure. I'm surprised they made this back in the day, honestly. This is the battle version of Ghost Freak. He does come with black tendrils that you can pop this open and, have black tendrils coming out. Really cool action figure if you ask me. Alright, to spice it up a bit, let's move on to the bounty hunters and main villain of the series. Here we have his Vilgax original. This is his, like before he got mutilated, very, very destroyed, I guess you could say. Form. This is his implants form. As you can see, here is a few cracks in the figure. That's supposed to represent when you can take this off, and we take his, parts off. For his right side and his left leg, back when he was in his reconfiguration pod. I don't know what to call it, but it was when he was healing himself back in season 1 of the classic series. Then we have a bounty hunter, 6'6". I wish this guy had more purple, honestly. The brown really doesn't work that well. But the pink's accurate, but I feel like the rest of this is kind of inaccurate. He had more of a blue and purple in the show. Sorry, I almost said purple. But yeah, he had I said, sorry for saying blue. He had mostly purple in the show, but we gave him this dark brown color. I guess to represent more Boba Fett, but I don't really know. But yeah, this looks really nice. And here's I wish they made a variant of his face where he can have his more alien design that they showed only once for classic series back for Secret of the Omnitrix. It's at him right here. Then I do have Vilgax. He's in a bag because he stinks, and I don't know how to fix him because every time I clean him up, he stinks again. So I gotta keep him in a bag. But here is Vilgax with the implants. Really, really nice figure. Honestly, I'll set him to the side for now. Let's move on to the last Ben 10 aliens for Bandai. Then we'll move on to Funko. But yeah, we have is Wildvine. Really nice plant-based alien. He does stink a little bit too, but it doesn't stink as bad as Vilgax. Him and Vilgax have the same types of plastic that stink up really easily because these translucent pieces really, I guess marinate in cigarette smoke or something like that. I don't know how exactly to call it, what to call it exactly. It's something like that. Crap, he fell over. Ignore that. Okay, now we can move on to the first Ben 10 alien to be used. Heat Blast. We have is his battle form and his original form. I have made reviews on these on the channel. I'll try to link them down in the description below. I plan to remake the Vilgax review because he is a very stinky figure at the moment. Not because he's a stinky figure, because I want to get him done and reviewed because he stinks a lot if I take him out of bag. So yeah. You're gonna have to Febreze my whole room because of it. But yeah. Here is my mostly full Ben 10 action figure collection for the original series up to Omniverse. I'd say I did pretty well with this, honestly. I don't have as much as some other people because this is still a small collection because my original ones probably got tossed when I was younger or something like that. But yeah. Overall, I would say this is a really good collection. Let's do an overview, then we'll end off the Bandai part and move on to Funko. Alright, moving the camera up here, you can see here all my Ben 10 action figures. Some of them you couldn't see during the whole, shots when I was getting all these out. But yeah, these look really, really nice. I wish we could have a little bit more, but depending on how well sales do, we might not get Ben 10 for a while. I feel like because U2's is limited edition, they might go through with U2's. Hopefully, unless it's another, Bob Iger situation or something like that. Dumb CEO situation where they don't do anything with the IP. But it still sells well. The Funko Alien X and, the other stuff sold pretty well. It's unfortunate it got canceled. I'm guessing because of CEO shenanigans, but I have no idea. But yeah, really unfortunate that Funko got cut off and Bandai because of low sales. Hopefully they can do something like this again. But yeah, this is just a UAF and Omniverse era. Let's move on to the Funko original series and UAF. Then after that, we'll move on to reboot in a different video. So now, let's get on to the final part. Alright, so let's start off with the only Ben 10 Funko Pop we have is the Ben 10 Alien Force Swampfire. I really hope Funko gets a license again so they can continue the Ben 10 line. This had so much potential, but I feel like Funko was drip feeding fans too much. Or like they were just testing the waters. It did sell. We were planning to get a goop and other things. Fortunately, plans fell through and probably got canceled in the lineup. But we do have Swampfire, at least Ben's, first Alien Force. He does have a cool pose. I wish he had the mouth and a green eyes. I might make a modification to this. I'm not sure yet because I do have a few of these. I don't know. He's only worth $24, so he's not worth that much, but he's still pretty hefty of a price. Alright, now let's move on to the Funko sodas. Alright, for the Funko sodas here, I'm going to blaze right through these because these are pretty simple, mostly. They are cool figures, but they're mostly simple. We have Ben. He's oddly darker than usual. He looks more like, mixed than he is, white. Because in the show, he's white. I'm just going to say that. Then, over here, we have Heat Blast. Really, really nice figure and stuff like that. Really, really nice. He is very detailed for the price, and he does glow in the dark, allegedly. I think he does because he has, the sandpapery plastic. As you can see right there, it's sandpaper, and if you know Funko, depending on how their glows are, this is one of their, at the time, this is a glow figure, because they were using sandpapery plastic for their glow stuff. Ben right here. Alright, now last one we have is XLR8. Oh yeah, I should mention, Heat Blast is a chase. Over here, Heat Blast is a chase. Ben's a common. Swampfire was a New York Comic-Con exclusive. Then we have XLR8, which is a common Funko soda. XLR8 without mask, common Funko soda. Then we have XLR8 with mask, chase Funko soda. The mask glows in the dark. Really, really nice figure. But they're basically all the same to a degree. No, mostly the same. But yeah, that would basically wrap it up for the original series. So yeah, let's conclude the video here and end off the video. Alright, here's one last overview before we end off the video. But yeah. Alright everyone, I want to thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.